Hello and welcome back everybody, my name is Shane Comley-White and you with me at Rocking at the Movies, and this is the second video for Season 1, Episode 2 of the Highlander TV series.
I'm Duncan MacLeod of the clan MacLeod, born 400 years ago in the... well, no, not really. That was a TV show called Highlander. So, just listen to Rocking at the Movies with me, Adrian Paul and Shane Comley-White, and you'll learn some interesting facts.
As you know, every single second version of each episode, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a breakdown of the villain or the main guy or the antagonist in the actual episode itself. So today we're going to be talking about a guy's name that is Clinch. Now, Clinch, there's not much to really say. I'm just going to briefly touch on what kind of character I believe he is, and how Duncan literally wiped the floor with him, like I said in the previous video. So Clinch is a mortal thug, and he was kind of like a bouncer and was hired to be the head bouncer or the thug of an illegal underground gambling casino. And his boss was Miss Gustavson. I hope I get the name right. Okay, Miss Gustavson was the boss, and she just literally clicked her fingers and he would have to go and do what he had to do. Now, it all started with Joe, who is supposedly Richie's foster father, who kind of lost quite a bit of money at the table that he was manning at the time. And she fired him because the people who were winning took away way too much money, and he wasn't able to get that money back by causing him to lose because they left too soon. So she thought that he was a little bit of in cahoots with this guy and trying to get some money out of the casino. Anyway, so she gets this guy Clinch to go and threaten him and warn him, and he gives him 5 days to get this money back for their boss. Their boss, because obviously they both work for her or worked for her. So he's the kind of person that says he has studied anatomy, so he knows exactly how to break and what to push and how to cut and how to hurt some other person's body in order to inflict as much pain as possible, purely to torture them. So the one thing that he does do is he gives Joe 5 days, and he takes his hand with so much drama and everything, and he counts 1, 2, 3, and he gets down to the 5th day, and he breaks that finger and causes a lot of pain for Joe, obviously. Now, the whole thing is, he was the bad guy. Not specifically towards Duncan MacLeod or Richie or anyone else in the series itself other than Joe. But as a decent human being and as a person who likes protecting others, Duncan gets involved because now Richie is getting into the circle of this kind of, how can I say, devastating nature of the blackmail, of the theft, of all the stuff that goes on because of this particular so-called foster dad, Joe. And by default, he's going to be in the same circles with Clinch. So Duncan kind of steps in, but he's forced to actually defend everybody, which is Joe as well as Richie, and take on this Clinch guy. But he seems to read him quite well, and he realizes that he is literally like just a thug. If I can say it any other way, he's just a thug. So he's like a strong arms dealer, and he thought he was quite a tough guy. But in 2 situations in the actual episode, he comes across Duncan. Now, keep in mind, Duncan has had 400 years of mortal combat. Okay, martial arts experience, sword experience, firearm experience, war. He's been through years and years and years. So I think he has a thing or two ahead or above this Clinch guy when it comes to the fighting element and the way to actually deal with the situation. So he does. The first one, he takes him out quite quickly and quite easily. And then towards the end of the episode, they get to the actual casino, and this guy Clinch he's had it. He's now going to really take on Duncan MacLeod. And he almost reaches for his gun, and Duncan literally takes him down to the floor and breaks his arm and wipes the floor with him, purely to save Joe, get his priceless mask or golden mask back that was stolen, And if you do watch the movie or the episode, you'll see exactly what I mean there, because I didn't touch on that in the previous video. So go watch the movie. And he then makes sure that everybody walks out there safely. And guess what happens? He gets fired because his boss realizes that he's actually useless and there's someone else better than him. So there's a saying, you're only as good as your last mistake. He made 2, so he's definitely not that good. But he was quite shocked because he didn't understand how Duncan knew all the stuff. And the best part about that is he asked Duncan, what was that? Where did you learn that? And Duncan goes, from the guys who invented it. Now imagine being able to go back in time and learn a martial art from the actual creators of the people that designed each and every single technique, every single move, every single test, and be able to learn from them directly. Yes, it's been adapted, improved, either watered down or actually made better nowadays. However, it still must be the most amazing thing to be able to go back to those individuals. All right, everybody, no more waffling on because I can definitely do that for much too long. So don't forget, like, subscribe, notification bell, and in the comments below, I'd like to ask you a question, if you don't mind. Do you think that this guy, Clinch, was a pushover? Do you think he really had any skills? Or was he just a sweet talker and able to kind of scare people into doing his bidding? What do you think? Drop me a comment below and let's discuss this. All right, everybody, have a great one. Cheers, bye.